So this video is going to be on how to carve your name out of wood. And so I have this trusty pencil here, and I think one of the important things to realize is whether you want a cursive name or a block letter name. And I have a short 5-letter name, so I think it would be best for me to do a cursive name. Actually, I'm not sure. I might try it. I might sketch it out on each side and then decide. So let's take a look here. If you don't know how to write in cursive, it might be beneficial to figure out that first. But we're just gonna like roughly sketch this out. And see, here's another problem here with my letter I. There's nothing to connect that, and I actually have 2 I's, so that's a problem. So now let's just do it in a block style, okay? And I like to do like different like sizes, like so that they're maybe not all like the same height. Now here, my letter I could just be just like this short, squatty little thing. And then come in with the full D right like that, and just kind of like square that off. And I do like that better than this by far. So I've already sharpened my knives, so let's get carving. Okay, so we're at the point where we've got kind of like a little bit of carving going on, you know, we've whittled away just like a smidge, and we're starting to obviously chunk out some wedged pieces, and then like right there where the E's at, I just want to be very clear on how I do this. So what I've done is I've gone in and essentially made like some little tiny micro cuts. So you just want to keep doing those like little tiny micro cuts, okay? So I just go in and just cut, and then just make sure that I'm tracing everything. And then my wood grain is going this direction. So we're just gonna go in and like make little tiny cuts, just to kind of like make sure that they're small enough that we don't want to be like too happy with our knife at this point in time. We want to take out material, but not too much material. See, like that was due to the wood grain. So I'm just gonna like hit it there, and then hopefully that piece should just break away. And yeah, it looks a little rough. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out my micro carving tools to do like some finer stuff right there. We need to take out that E part, and that's gonna come out eventually. There we go. So yeah, that's just how you keep making little micro cuts in the wood until you get what you want. See, like if I bring my larger knife in here, you might get too much material, but it's just practice. And I haven't practiced a whole lot with my knives. And see, obviously we want to be careful here too, because we've got our D going on. And that's going to be like right there. So we want to make sure that we score that. And mistakes happen, and sometimes you can come back in and recover, you know, like we still have plenty of material under the E. Like if we were to take out like one of its little limbs, we still have plenty of material that we could, you know, come back in and even that out with if we need to. But we're not at that point yet. So you just keep going. And, you know, it's like I said, if you're making these cut lines deep enough, then if you come in and you swoop to get material out, it'll like provide like a stop fail type scenario. You just keep on carving. And obviously this D here, the middle of the D, that needs to be removed. Cool. See how that just kind of like chunked out kind of nicely? I mean, obviously we still have more to take out, but it's giving us a base of how we want to start things. So you just want to keep going, obviously from like here over needs to come out off completely. So that's always a challenge, you know, but just keep whittling away, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're gonna break out the micro carving tools. This is exciting. Now, I am kind of happy with this, in all honesty, but we want to get just a little bit more detail, okay? And there are other things that you could do. For example, I don't really want to carve the back, I don't think, but like you could drill like a hole right through the letter D, like if you have a drill. It's just the little things that you could probably do. But I do want to separate out like some of my letters here, like for example, the H. I want to make sure that people know that there's an H and an E. I don't think that there's anything wrong with separating those out and cutting off some of those chunks. Yes, a little bit more detail. Now I wonder what would happen if I took this here, just kind of like started to chunk this out a little bit. Already it's starting to look nicer, cleaner. Like I said, I don't think that you need like to remove all of the material to give the desired effect that you're looking for. Now when you're doing this, keep your fingers out of range. And I say this because you could stab yourself, just like a knife. Let's see here. So did anybody get any carving knives for gifts this year? I actually just got 2 new knives. They're not carving knives, but I suppose you could turn anything into a carving knife. Okay, so here we want to separate the I from the E. And then the D from the I. You might want to go down a little bit further on these because that I doesn't have too much definition. Yeah, and see what's going to happen is you're just going to tear some of this stuff up. So let me do some carving and I will be back, I think. Okay, so I wanted to show something on this here. See how I've been able to get some of these lines in between the letters just a smidge deeper? What I suggest doing, and I wanted to show people on this letter I, is you take your knife, okay, and this is a really bad angle, but you score all the way down. And even if you're making like the same line path, whoops, I got into the D a little bit. Just keep scoring, okay? I'm gonna turn this around now so that I don't take off any more of the D. And what happens is you just take off like small little slivers. Be careful to stay on the path and see what's happening. There's slivers of that coming out. Okay. Take that one out. And we still want to get more out of there, so just keep going. As small as this might be, as you can see, that eye has been like carved out of there at the end. So much better. And that is how you carve your name out of wood. And yeah, it's a little small, but it's cute. You can put it on your desk, on your counter, just on your fish's tank. I don't have a fish tank. I should get a fish tank. But anyway, yes. And because that might look backwards, here it is upside down and it still looks like Heidi. So yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great new year and I will see you later. Bye.